Hello everybody, Anthony is here, and today we'll talk about how I created this sketch in 3D code. I have this header I've done just before, and I'm using a curve tool to build some sketch on top. And you can see on the right, I was using the round alpha. I just switched to a fill tool to fill up certain bits, and switched back to the curve tool. And I don't have too much of a plan here, but the alpha choice really dictates the overall design. So in this case, the alpha is round, therefore I kind of had this inclination to do more rounded and more smooth design in the end. So quite often I'll do some kind of headphones there on the ear. The whole idea is like to do something quick, right? So this was done about 40 minutes. I probably even spent a little bit too much time doing it. But sometimes I do it and I don't really have a particular direction, so I just go in on a whim, looking for happy accidents, smoothing some parts, then trying to make other parts sharper and see the contrast of shapes. Now I'm drawing, say, some cables. This is already, I could even say this is a finished sketch at this stage. It already gives a variation I could develop. And now the second stage is pretty much a little bit of more finer detailing in a way. Here again, doing like cables, but it's more about thinking what I need to do. Smoothing out some bulges. Here I'm kind of thinking more about the Soviet rounded up aesthetics of some Soviet gas masks have that. You can see I have the backups. I always create the backups. And I've just converted it to a surface layer, and then I converted it back to a voxel layer. Because if I just want to increase the resolution and I increase the resolution and resample the current voxel layer, it will smooth everything too much. So what I did instead, I actually converted it into a surface layer, right? That remembers all the little details around, and then I increased it to like 500,000 triangles and turned it back into the voxel layer. I'm doing this lenses, and since everything is kind of bulging, I want the lenses to bulge as well. I'm using on-plane voxel hide on-plane to remove certain details at a controlled depth, and add kind of this harsh hard surface design elements to build the contrast with the round shape. And now using the blob tool, also on plane, so I'm regulating where it goes. I can also use blob tool as a voxel height if I I press Control and draw a blob, it will hide a part. So a lot of tools in 3D Code are interchangeable. Just if I hide with the blob tool, I essentially remove the stuff. I don't actually hide, I completely destroy the object. So creating this kind of seam, so screw ports in a way. And now I'm just trying to get a little bulge there using the curve tool. So it's so this is like a second stage, I would say, it was finished. This is a more detailed sketch. And I'm going into the third stage of detailing even a bit more. Or trying to figure out certain smaller parts. You can see this like that part on top. Trying to figure it out, but it's not really that important. I'm doing some kind of railing, so you could say do another attachment. Well, we already have this optical vision that's kind of inbuilt to this helmet. It's like a little cleanup here, using the voxel height and on plane to control the depth of the cleanup. And I'm really tempted to say take this helmet or one of others I was doing and take them to the logical conclusion, but that then takes a lot more time. To make everything look really good, I'll have to spend like days and weeks. No, not maybe weeks, but a lot of days. Using the pinch tool, the surface pinch tool, to get those nice seams. So I'm doing this kind of filtration unit. I guess I didn't like how sketchy it looks, so I wanted to fill it up with something. And again, a bit more with the Soviet aesthetics. This kind of patterns you would see on Soviet military equipment. So you could say it's a bit of retro punk stuff. Plenty of sci-fi is using this type of designs for different type of casts and fractions. And here again, I would consider this to be a finished one. This stage, I'm fiddling more and more. Trying to get a little lighter element inside. Little sensor. Create an array. So another type of intake. Experimenting with the ear shape. Did the voxel height, and then I used the blob tool to create a circle. And now we have this angled, complicated headphone shape. removing some bits. And helmet exercise is a fun one because it creates a tone. If you want to create the whole suit, essentially the helmet will tell the design story of the whole suit if I wanted to carry on building it. And maybe I could always take it to the next level and sketch out the whole suit design in this fashion. A little bit more of a somewhat of an unnecessary fiddling, but almost done. So there will be more helmets coming, and see you in the future videos.